Hey, what is up, guys? We are here with the Laura character breakdown. If you haven't seen the character breakdown videos before, talk about a character's notable normals, special moves, V skill, V trigger, as well as a basic game plan. Laura is a grappler with some really interesting movement as well as a projectile. Speaking of movement, her walk speed is pretty average, but she has a lot of other ways to get around, mostly her V skill. It is a semi-dash, and it helps her move around quicker, even the neutral V skill. And she also has a shoulder move that moves pretty far, especially when you do the EX version, which we'll talk about in just a little bit. And this is what her dashes look like. Besides that, she has some interesting normals. She has her medium punch. This one's a really nice button. Can anti-air. Standing heavy punch, which moves her forward, as you can see there. It's a little forward advancing. It also has a forward heavy punch, right? Now, this forward heavy punch has a follow-up here that you can see. It'll knock down. It is special cancelable into whatever you want, but you can actually combo off of it with one of her specials, just like that. Really nice. Besides that, she has her medium kick, which also moves her forward. And that medium punch and medium kick also have a target combo off it. You see there. If you V-trigger cancel it, you can also combo off of it. It's really nice. But yeah, that's medium punch, medium kick, target combo. She also has her crouching medium kick, nice little low here. Special cancelable. Standing heavy kick, this is a big one. Real nice big button for her. And crouching heavy kick, her sweep. Standing heavy kick and crouching heavy kick are her two farthest reaching normals for the most part. Those are the ones you're going to hit the majority of the time. Speaking of which, crush counters. She has a couple. Most notably, standing heavy kick is really nice. Easy to combo off of. Same with standing heavy punch. You can even V-skill cancel backwards off of her fierce. And then still get there to combo with that elbow. You see that? So, lots of time there. It is really interesting. She also has a crush counter on her V skill. So if you counter hit with V skill, it pops them up. You can combo off of it into some pretty interesting things. So that is a crush counter V skill, which is really funky, really unique, and something that I think is really cool about Laura. Besides that, let's talk about her specials. We've already shown off a few of them. Bolt Charge is quarter circle forward punch, looks like that. Now, the light punch version doesn't have any follow-up. It just hits and leaves your opponent standing. Medium punch version has follow-ups. The punch version follow-up will put you on the other side, right? So if you're in the corner and you don't want to be there anymore, you can switch sides. But if you have your opponent in the corner, you do the kick follow-up, which leaves you in front. Now, you don't have to do a follow-up when your opponent blocks this, right? You can just choose to leave them standing. But if you want the guaranteed damage, you know, do the follow-up. So, she also has an EX version of that, and as I mentioned, it goes really far. It also has a hit of armor, so if your opponent throws a projectile from this range, you know, you're in there. You do your nice little follow-up at the end, too. Thunderclaps or projectile. It has its quarter circle back punch. It can also be charged up. When it's charged up, it hits additional times, goes a little further, so that's the medium punch one. If you charge the medium punch one up, 3 hits. Heavy punch one, a little faster than the others, and you can charge that up as well. So she has answers to other characters with projectiles, right, between her EX dash as well as her own projectile, and these projectiles help her set up things, so, you know, you can have a projectile out, go for the overhead, whatever you want to do, right? So that's really legit for her. Sunset Wheel is her command throw. It's half circle back plus kick. EX version does that little dash you see there. She kind of lunges forward and grabs. The regular versions are just normal command throws. They look like that. So here's the animation. Yeah, nice little knockdown there too. So that's what I mean about these projectiles. You can charge them up, you can V-skill in and then go for command throws. If they try to jump out, they get hit by the projectile. That's kind of the basic game plan of Laura, right? She's a grappler who can set up her own stuff with projectiles, with her great movement, with the normal she has. So that's kind of what she's doing. Now, I talked a little bit about the V-skill. If you don't hit anything and hit V-skill, it's this overhead. If you hit back, you get a back dash. If you hit forward, you get a forward dash. If you hit back plus another dash, you get back forward. So this character can be really mobile and really frustrating to deal with, right? So that's what her V skill looks like. V reversal is forward plus 3 punches. It is a knockdown. So pretty standard V skill or V reversal there. You want a V skill that knocks down, or at least in some situations you do. And especially for a grappler, right? One that can knock down and then immediately you can follow up by putting a projectile on them for pressure or doing your command throw mix-ups or whatever you want to do, right? Really legit. Now, let's talk about V-trigger. V-trigger buffs her V skill. So you can see the distance here on this forward dash is about that far, right? When in V-trigger, a lot farther distance. She covers a lot more distance in her forward dash, so it becomes more dangerous there. Her projectiles are also better. So right away, they cover more distance. and if you charge them up, they're crazy good. They hit a bunch of times. The EX projectiles are so good when she's in V-Trigger. They cover so much distance, and they also stay on the screen for so long that it means that if you have them, especially when they're cornered, if you set out EX projectile, you have all day to do what you want. You see there, it's really good. She also gets more stun, so you can see that her elbow there does 150 stun, 100 when she's not in V-Trigger. So that's extra stun there on command throw, on stuff like elbow, right? Which are just buffed up in V-Trigger. So overall, just stronger in V-Trigger, more mobile, more stun, better projectiles. So it's just a big buff to the character overall. Now, Laura, really funky character. She's a grappler, but also has a projectile, and is really funky in her movement options. She's a lot different than I think a lot of people expected. But a really interesting character for sure, and I definitely recommend trying her out if you're looking for a grappler, but you feel like you also want a way to deal with projectiles, or maybe even you don't want to play a grappler that's super slow like Zangief, right? Highly mobile, really interesting character. Definitely recommend checking her out. Thanks so much for watching. This is the Laura character breakdown. All the character breakdowns you can check out on this channel. I'll see you guys again soon.